Well, for the smile we are going to make use of the damp standard brush and an option we saw in the past video called Lazy Mouse. We go again to Stroke, Lazy Mouse, and activate the option. What makes the Lazy Mouse option is to allow us to have a greater control of the quality of the line, that is, how fine the line is going to look. With respect to the other lines that we made freehand, it's very different to have a line like this than to have a line like this one. This one looks much more irregular since this one was done by freehand. We don't have a very precise control, while thanks to the option Lazy Mouse we have a better control when making the line. And that's what we are going to need when we are doing the smile. The higher the value of the Lazy Mouse, the longer the line will appear after we make the brush stroke. As you see, at this moment I made a line, but the stroke has not yet appeared. The longer you make it, the better the line will appear. It is this red line that allows us to have as much control as possible. We are going to take off all our mesh, and we'll use our last subdivision. If your PC allows you to have more than 6 subdivisions, it is excellent to hear it, since it is really quite useful. However, that will also cause the PC to stick much more. But well, going on, hide what we don't need, and start making the line. As you can see, even though I'm not having good control of the pulse of my hand, Lazy Mouse option allows me a much more continuous line, much more definite, and gives me a better finish. We can use the standard brush, and also make use of the brush move to begin to modify the shape of the line of the smile, and also to organize the curvature of the mouth. We will sort these points out as the opportunity presents itself. For example, here we can fix these holes. We can add some geometry in case we need. And so we are converting this type of holes. Perfect. With the brush edge polish, we can organize that type of lumps that we don't want. For example, something irregular appears here, so we can move that part. Again, edge polish. And finally, we are going to fix this curvature. The idea is to make the whole mouth curve. Well, let's organize it little by little. Well, I think it's looking much better. With more time and work we will begin to organize this type of lumps, and things do not look good. The idea is simple to try to have the curve as perfect as possible. Finally, when we stretch the lips, the commissure, this part of here begins to swell. Let's see a little with the rest of the body how it is seen. We can stretch the commissure a little more. It is not that the smile follows a straight line, but rather it is embedded in the cheekbones, and makes it inflame or swell. In case we want to exaggerate it a little more, we will use a standard brush. We have to take care that these folds will not be seen much here. Here is where the crease of the cheek is made. Let's try to not make them to be so inflamed. And finally, with the damp standard brush we can start polishing this line here, but this time we will turn off the stroke option. Since it's such a small area, we will hardly be able to move using the lazy mouse. Let's turn off the lazy mouse option for a moment. And here we are going to make the cheek slidey. Okay, done. Here, for example, it's all too much. This is what I told you we had to avoid. To do it too swollen and too irregular, what we can do is to inflate the areas around and start to soften. With that we have the front of the smile and the cheekbones. This is all for now, and see you in the next video.